Hey Cam Fam! Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking all about skin. Make sure you're already subscribed and you've clicked on that bell button so you're always notified whenever I have new videos like this one.
Take it all, give you what you need. If you're slavery, I'll be in the dark.
So I've already mentioned this on my previous vlogs since last year. I told you guys I had this major breakout and I'm gonna tell you all about it, why this happened. So here's a photo. I know, it's really bad, right? I remember being so depressed when this happened and I was so clueless how this happened to my skin because I would never ever get this type of breakouts. So basically around May of last year, so May 2019, I tried celery juicing. It was all the craze then and everyone was doing it and I've heard so many good benefits about it. Like you'd be able to detox, you'd be able to clean your gut, it's gonna make you so much more energized, it's gonna improve your digestion, it will do wonders for your skin. So I decided to do it myself as well. I had a bunch of fresh celery and I would juice it and drink it every single morning. During the first few days, nothing happened to me, but maybe around the 4th or 5th day, I would get breakouts. And they were not the type of breakouts that I would usually get because I do get the occasional breakout, especially when I'm about to have my period. So I can't really quite remember why I never connected it to celery juicing right away. When I got the first signs of the cystic acne, I thought it was just okay, something weird is happening to my skin, like what's going on. I remember I had a trip to Boracay then for California cheese board and we were eating a lot of cheese, so I thought that could have aggravated my skin because before going there I was already starting to have like these really big bumps. So I thought, okay, maybe this is just like a freak thing that happened once and usually it takes me a few days and my pimple would be gone. But then coming back from the trip I would get new pimples and so I thought that maybe I had a reaction from the dairy because of all the cheese, like from the milk and everything. Dairy is really one of the top enemies when it comes to these sudden breakouts. So I still continued the celery juicing and I would always get new cystic acne. I thought it was still an effect from the dairy that I took from that trip because they say that it stays in your system and it doesn't just get cleared out. Of course, your system has to get rid of it. And then I was drinking more celery juice because I was thinking, oh no, I need clear skin, not knowing it was the actual cause of the acne or the breakouts that I was experiencing. And then I had a few days trip to Taiwan and I was there for a shoot for Traveloka, which you guys have seen. My skin was suddenly clearing up. Like all of a sudden it was going back to normal. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm finally back to normal. And then I came home, did my celery juicing again, and that's when it hit me. Because the morning that I drank the celery juice, when I looked in the mirror, it looked like a huge insect bite. And I kept touching it because I was like, wait lang, is this a pimple or is this a mosquito bite? So I thought it was just a mosquito bite because it wasn't painful at all. And then after a few hours, all of a sudden, it felt like a pimple. And it kept growing bigger. Like, I kid you not, it really looked like pimple ako na tinubuan ng mukha. Like, it actually makes parts of my face look deformed. Like, ganun siya kasi it was so big. So then I googled it, like I really typed in celery juice purging or celery juice breakouts and there you go. That's when I found all the articles about it. Some people apparently react that way instead of having diarrhea or feeling nauseous or whatever. My body decided to cleanse out the toxins through my skin on my face. By the time I realized that it was a celery juice, the damage has been done. I had so much pimples here and they were all cystic, which I never used to have. And also, I started getting a lot of like whiteheads and blackheads there. Like really, it's as if my body was getting rid of all the bacteria through my skin. So of course, immediately I contacted my dermatologist at Belo and told them what happened. So we had to do like an overhaul of my skincare routine. I couldn't do what I would normally do. I had to be really careful with the type of products that I use on my face. Now that we're able to pinpoint that it was actually the celery juice, I've stopped it. But then as what the doctor told me is that it's already in my system, so I'm still gonna continuously feel the effects. So the program that Dr. Vicky Belo recommended to me was do facials continuously and then do some treatments that would help with the spots and the blemishes. So when they say do a facial, they cleanse your face and everything, you get steamed and they prep your face so that you can undergo extraction. So they extract all the whiteheads and the blackheads and the pimples that are ready to pop. I did this for probably around like maybe 3, 4, 5 sessions. And the photo that you saw a while ago, this one, that was already after a few sessions. I think it's really important for you to be honest with your dermatologist when they tell you that, okay, this is a course of action. And I knew myself. My tendency is, even though I know that I shouldn't be touching my face, parang I tend to tinker my face even more. I tend to touch it more. I tend to try to pop something more. Parang there's something in my head that just can't stop me from doing it. So I was telling them that I don't think I can handle this, and it's also making me feel so sad whenever I see my face full of scars, which is inevitable at that stage because they were really like huge pimples that I got, and they really had to just take them out. I could probably do cleaning, but maybe like 3 at a time, 4 at a time. I can't do like an all-out thing where I see red and dark spots all over. I just don't think it's gonna do anything good for me mentally. I would end up just bruising myself even more. And I'm glad they really listened to me because honestly, I was getting so depressed. And I know that some people have it worse, but it's just so hard because you're so used to having generally good skin and so used to a lifestyle where you don't usually put like piles of makeup on. Like every single time I wake up and have to put on foundation because this is my line of work, I have to look presentable. Like it made me even sadder every single time that I had to put makeup on to cover all of it. It just really affected my self-confidence, and I know that people will say that it's so superficial, but skin really affects your confidence so much. And then Doc Belo also told me to do Inara every single time. So it's a non-invasive procedure using light therapy to stimulate cells thermally without damaging the outer layers of your skin. It uses LED lights. So what was used on me was the blue light. So the blue light is for targeting and destroying acne-causing bacteria. And then the red LED lights were to decrease the inflammation and pore size and limit future oil production. So that's what we did every single time after we cleaned. And then after that, I was also doing Angel White. So this was something I would do with Doc Pat, also one of my doctors in Belo, Alabang. Usually people use this for their underarms or for their eye bags, their freckles. So I was using it for my dark spots, and it worked wonders. Like you don't get any peeling, and it's not painful at all. It makes your skin look super luminous, like really brightened. I don't know how to explain it, but I just really felt like I was glowing every single time I did that. So I also did V-Beam actually. It uses a pulse dye laser which generates different colors of laser beams that targets the hemoglobin found in the blood vessels. So this is to target all of my scars and the dark spots. So it's also something that I did with Belo. V-Beam towards the latter na yun, and not as much. And then one of the most important things also that my doctors at Belo told me to do is to really streamline my skincare routine. So in the beginning, they removed all the serums because I have an oily skin type. So they asked me what I was currently using. I told them I was using Proactive, which is this. This is the system. I've always recommended this to you guys. So cleanser, the toner, and the repairing lotion. This is benzoyl peroxide based. My skin has always reacted well to it. So the doctor said that, okay, let's stick with that. And then after a few weeks, she said, let's remove all the serums first, no moisturizers. Let's go for everything that's not oily first. So she allowed me to use my vitamin C tonic. At that time, I was using Pixi Beauty, and I would use it every morning. And then at night, she allowed me to use the Pixi Glow Tonic. And then when it comes to, let's say, my pimples, I would apply my Belo Acne Drying Cream. And whenever my skin felt dry or itchy from like overusing any of my products, then I would use the Belo Laser Cream as well. But these are all Belo prescriptions, so I would definitely recommend you to go to Belo first for your consultation. You can do a consultation online as well before you can start using these products. And then I also followed religiously all the type of skincare products that I could use. Also my makeup, I made sure that all my makeup was oil-free, non-comedogenic. Everything that I used on my face, especially the foundation, sunblock, everything, I would consult with my dermatologist and ask them, okay, is this good for me? Is this good for my skin? Because my skin became so sensitive after that whole cystic acne, breakout, purging, toxin type of like face. So I was already kind of okay around October, November, but fully like back to like good skin December. So imagine that. Half a year. And I always tell myself that now if I get like 1-2 pimples, I'm fine. I've gone through worse. And then what made me decide to do this video is because it happened again. Yes, it happened again. I still don't know what I ate that caused it, but Dr. Vicky Belo has been so hands-on with me despite the ECQ. This happened 2 weeks ago, and the panic was so real. I don't know if it was the fruit or the combination of the pastries or something, but one thing for sure that Doc Vicky and I know is that there's something wrong along with the probiotics in my gut. Like, I really need more good bacteria in my gut. She was explaining to me like the microbiome levels and stuff like that, the good bacteria versus the bad bacteria in my gut. Basically, my gut has a problem. I ate something. The next day, I woke up with 2 mosquito bite looking things here. They weren't painful at all, nothing that morning. After lunch, they were already like this. Yup, they looked like they merged into one big thing. Like, di ko na alam anong gagawin ko. I've been so nice to my skin. Before this whole thing happened again, during ECQ, I already messaged Dr. Vicky Belo and said that I feel like I have a few marks because of the stress when ECQ started. I felt like I got some breakouts because of that. I was feeling down, I was feeling sad, and it was affecting my skin. So I told her that I feel like some of the dark spots from those breakouts aren't really healing fast enough. And she agreed with me, and that's why she recommended that I use these products. And when I started using them, they were awesome. So awesome. My skin has never felt this good, and I am not kidding. My skin has never felt more beautiful. Like, my skin felt so dewy and luminous but not oily. And even Yoni noticed the difference. They call this system something, I can't remember, but basically these 3. So you start off with the ZO Skin Health Exfoliating Cleanser. It's for normal to oily skin. It's like a gel looking thing, and then it's got tiny beads on them, both white and green beads. I love it because I really feel like my skin is getting exfoliated without the harshness. I still do use it with my Foreo, even though Foreo says that you can't use it with beads. Sorry, Foreo, because I really am addicted to my Foreo. So anyways, I use this every morning and night, and then Doc Vicky tells me not to use the toner unless I feel super dry or itchy or something. So usually I skip this. It's because of my skin type, okay? Sometimes if I'm confident to skip the oil pads, then I go for the toner only. But these oil pads are amazing. So they're basically oil control pads, and they have salicylic acid already. So that's already an acne fighting ingredient. Doc Vicky told me to cut the pads into half, which is really smart because her pad, it's packed with so much of the solution that only half of it really does cover your entire face. Thank you for the tip, Doc Vicky Belo. And then after that, I would use the ZO Skin Health Exfoliation Accelerator. It's like a white cream, and Doc Vicky, she has been raving about it. She'd always say na whenever she feels like a bump coming out or something, she'd always just put this on, and the next day she's fine. And it's true. So I also use this. And then after that, I use this one, the Brightalive Skin Brightener, which is amazeballs. It's my favorite because I feel like this one really targets my dark spots. I really do feel like this is the reason why my skin is so luminous. I mean, the entire system, but this one most especially. So that was already what I was using then. And then when this happened, Doc Vicky told me to use their Beast Cleansing Solution. I had to put this in the refrigerator. It's like a cold compress, so I would pour it on a gauze and then put it on top of my humongous cystic acne. And then I would have to do this 4 times a day. And then after that, I would have to put this acne drying cream. And she also prescribed to me the Fusidin H. So this one you can buy from Mercury Drugstore. So what she told me to do is to cleanse my face and do my stuff pa rin. I just have to avoid putting all the other stuff on that area. Every time after I use this, I would have to put the Fusidin, and then I would put the acne drying cream every morning and night lang. So this is twice a day, this is 4 times a day, and this one also. I followed everything that Doc Vicky told me. She also asked me to take more food and drinks that promote probiotics or would give me probiotics. So she actually told me to eat kimchi 4 times a day, and I did. I did it the entire week. Kimchi all day, every day. And then I would also drink Yakult, but then not so much because marami siyang sugar, and sugar isn't good for your skin. And also kombucha. I would like alternate it with kombucha. Until now, I continued that because I really feel that my gut needs all the probiotics it can get. And there, after like a little over a week, my skin was finally okay. Grabe yung panic ko when I felt this because I was like, oh no, is this another celery outbreak part 2? Except something else caused it. I was so scared. But buti na lang, I was diligent enough to contact my dermatologist and contact Dr. Vicky Belo right away. And she was so hands-on. She was able to tell me what to do, what to take, what to eat, and how to take care of my skin. And I was able to go back to normal. So what is the lesson that I learned from all of this? I learned, number 1, is that your diet really affects your skin. So you really have to know what triggers these breakouts. And number 2 is that to always consult your dermatologist, your doctor. Always consult them. And number 3, be obedient. Do what they tell you to do. And number 4, make sure to pay attention to the products that you put on your face. So I know that it's currently GCQ, and although you can technically go out, I mean, a lot of us is still apprehensive. I am apprehensive myself as well. So I would just like to remind you that even during ECQ, the Belo group has been doing a lot of e-consultations, and you can also set appointments via Belo's email and hotlines. Belo, however, has already opened a lot of the different clinics. So if you do want to go to a Belo clinic because you need some procedures done, then it's totally fine as well, because they're super duper hands-on when it comes to really making sure that the clinics are ready for their customers. They've done everything. They've gone way above and beyond. They've also tried to minimize the amount of face-to-face time that you get. So as much as possible, I think you can already get an online consult first, and you're supposed to answer a lot of different questions online first, and you're supposed to talk to them online first. And then when you get there, they also limit the patients that get to be inside the clinic. So no walk-ins are allowed. Everyone is by appointment only. And then everyone is also in protective gear and gloves and masks, in caps, and all the disinfectants are there. So you're completely safe. So if you want to try any of the procedures that I did, the facials, the Inara LED therapy, angel whitening, and V-beam, then you just have to consult with a Belo professional first online. But then if you want to buy any of these products, like my new skincare routine, which is the ZO Skin Health, which I am completely in love with, they are kind of expensive though, I have to be honest, but they are super duper worth your money. It's impossible to finish this right away. Sobrang jam-packed niya, and also it really works. So instead of buying a lot of different cheap stuff that doesn't really work, or if they work, it works so slowly, which then would make you buy even more, why not buy something that's, yeah, expensive, but worth your money? I'm happy I'm able to share my skincare journey with you. I really never thought this would ever happen to me, but it did happen to me. And hopefully my story would be able to help you guys, or will give you hope that your skin can and will get better. You just need the right help and the right skincare products and the right diet. Konting patience lang. You can do it. Don't lose hope. And that is it. I will say goodbye. If you guys have any skincare journey stories as well that you want to share, what worked for you, what cost it, maybe we can start a conversation below. I would love to read all of your stories. And yeah, please share experience with me. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, and see you guys on my next vlog. Love you, Tam Tam.